YouTube! Today we're going to be going over to the office and printing out some new stickers. I am still working on the new turtles that we're going to be opening the turtle section with. I have one of them completely done, and then I am halfway through with the other one, and then we have one more that I need to make after that. But I thought while we're waiting on those to be finished, I would go ahead and print some of the new morphs for our currently available reptiles. I know that we just did the albinos for all of them, and so I thought that we would now move on to the hypos. And I'll have to see which ones I end up printing out, but let's just go ahead and go over to the office and figure all that out. I don't think that I'll be getting to any more flowers for May, but I might do some flowers for the summer. Not entirely sure. I've been a little bit busy and I ended up getting a little sick. I don't know if you can still hear it in my voice a little bit or not. I'm still getting over it. I'm feeling a lot better today though. So I figured, why not print out some more of our morphs that I already have ready. So without further ado, let's go on over to the office and get started on that. Alright guys, made it over to the office. I'm going to turn on all of my devices, my printer and Cricut and my laptop, and we will get started, and I will show you guys which stickers I'm planning on printing today, which I still actually have to decide. I have to decide which ones I'm going to do. I'm doing the hypos, I know, but I have to decide which of the hypos we will be getting to today in this video. There's a couple of my reptiles / amphibians that do not technically have hypos, or I decided against doing the hypo of in lieu of a different morph that's maybe more popular. So I'm probably not going to be doing any of those kind of specialty ones today, like how with my Pac-Man frog. No, the Pac-Man frog did have an albino. Like with my Dumpy frog, I did the honey instead of the albino because it doesn't technically have an albino, from what I could tell, that people actually get as a pet. And so I'm not entirely sure if it even has a hypo or an albino. I know that it doesn't have a hypo, so I'm not going to be doing ones like those today where it is just a different morph that I decided to kind of pair together with the others so that it still ends up with a new morph, but is not technically the albino or the hypo of one. I need to look through and see which ones I want to do. So my rain frogs don't have any morphs, it doesn't seem like. They have subspecies, So I haven't been doing any morphs or subspecies of those because it doesn't really seem like people really buy any but the one that I did. I think that there might be a melanistic one, but I think that also could technically be a subspecies. I won't be doing the dumpy frog because that doesn't have a high, well, yeah, I guess I won't be doing the dumpy frog because it doesn't have a hypo. I'll probably end up doing a Pac-Man frog, even though I just said I won't do specialty ones. It doesn't technically have a hypo, but Pac-Man frogs are very popular, so it makes sense to still do one of those morphs. I will probably go ahead and do my hognose hypo today, and then probably the leopard gecko hypo today is what it's looking like. From I'm looking at my wall where I have my stickers, if you're wondering what I'm looking at, because let's see, although yeah, maybe I'll do those. Bearded dragons will also have a hypo, and then my corn snakes also have a hypo. But then my African fat tails and my dumpy Pac-Man and ball pythons do not have hypos. Ball pythons technically do have a hypo morph. I just decided I wasn't going to do the hypo morph because it's not usually ever made or bred to just be a single gene morph. It's used to enhance other morphs. So I decided I was going to do a different morph for that one than the hypo. So I will be doing my hognose as my snake hypo for today's video purposes. And I'm going to open up all of my ones I just decided on doing, which was the hognose, the leopard gecko. Where's my little hypo? There he is. And then, even though it's not a hypo, the Pac-Man frog, I will be doing the strawberry morph because strawberry morphs of Pac-Man frogs are very popular. I will turn you guys around. I just got them all open. I'll turn you guys around so that you can see what we're going to be printing out today. So here's my little strawberry Pac-Man frog. They are very popular morph of Pac-Man frogs to have as pets, so I think that this is probably a good substitute to do for the hypos that I'm doing today. As you can see, they're pretty orangey and red. They have a red eyeball because they actually are a type of albino morph. And we already have our albino Pac-Man frog printed from last time. And if I just grab that really quickly, you can see the difference. The albino plain single gene is just kind of yellow. So it has the red eyeball, obviously, because albinism does that. But it's yellow with some orange, whereas the strawberry is kind of more orange body color with red on its patterning, and its pattern also ends up having kind of a yellow outline around it, as you can see. So that's going to be our substitute of a hypo. And then I will show you guys the little leopard gecko hypo we're going to be doing. This is our little guy, and let me grab a normal one of our leopard geckos actually, so I can show you guys some difference that you might not be able to tell right off the bat. But this one's very yellow, very solid body color, and our normal leopard gecko, as you can probably see now, has more patterning, more spotting on it. It has it on its little leggies and on its body, and even has a little bit more on its face and its tail, just slightly a little bit more than the hypo. The hypo reduces its spotting pattern, and as you might be able to see, brightens up that orange to be a little more of a yellow hue. And there is one more morph that is similar to the hypo that the leopard geckos have, but I will save that for whenever we get to it. But it ends up looking pretty similar to this one. But again, I'll save that one for future videos when we do that one. And then here is our little hypo hoggy, our little hypo hognose. And again, I'll grab a normal one for you guys. Here's the normal kind of tan with little brown spots. And then there's the hypo, just so you can see the difference. He becomes a little more of a creamy, kind of yellowy body color and has more of a orange spotting pattern happen on his body with the hypo instead of the more brown hues of a normal. And that's actually one of the reasons why these morphs are called hypo, is because it's almost like if you overexpose their color. It makes it lighter, brighter, a little more vibrant, but also, like with leopard gecko, can reduce pattern slightly. So that's what hypo actually kind of does to the genes. Just my kind of basic basic description of that, which if you know how to better describe it, then please put that in the comments. But I have all of them organized. Let me put that back kind of like that. So those are the ones that we will be printing today. Hypo makes them kind of brighter, a little more vivid, sometimes less patterning, which you will see whenever we do our other hypos as well. But that's enough rambling. Let me go ahead and, I guess since I have this one pulled up, we will start with this guy. our little Hypo hognose, I will go ahead and get it in our Cricut space and get it printing for us to see how it prints out. And I'm hoping that the color comes out good. I really like the shine right here, what it's doing with those colors. So I'm hoping that it will come out good, but we'll see. So I'll come back to you guys whenever we have them printed out. Okay, our very first of our hypos printed out, and here is the first look at how they did, and they look good. I'm happy with how they came out. The little shine looks great. The color is good. I just have to wait for them to dry, and then I'll laminate and I'll cut them out, and we will see how they peel off the mat. But there we go, our first Hypo, and I think that they came out looking great. So like I said, I'm gonna let them dry and I will come back to you guys. All right guys, so our Hypo hognoses have been cut out on the Cricut. So let me peel up this paper and see how they did. And already they are looking like they came out great. Let me throw away that excess paper, and then this one's already coming off, so let's go ahead and look at this guy. He looks like he is centered. Yeah, I think he's centered. Maybe just a tiny bit shifted down. I mean, if anything, but looks like he's probably pretty centered. I can't really tell if he isn't. So I'm gonna say that they all are correctly centered. They all look like they came out great. I'll have to do a second sheet of these hognoses since I can only fit 4 at a time. But it looks like they were a success. So there's our hognoses. Let us move on to our let's move on to the leopard geckos. Let me go print those out and I will come back to you guys with our leopard geckos. But there's our little hoggies. The color is really good. I don't know if the color translates for you guys or not, but there they are. So I'll be back whenever we have our leopard geckos ready. Here is our second hypos for this video. Our little leopard gecko hypos. And again, the color looks like it came out really good. The highlights and shadows look great. I like the way that this hypo looks. I know that oh, I'm getting notifications that I got an Etsy order. Okay, Anyway, I like the colors and the pattern of this hypo. I know that it's similar to the normal leopard gecko, but I don't know, something about it I think makes it look maybe a little bit cuter. I don't know. At least it's cute in its own respect, whereas the normal leopard gecko is cute in others. This one's just a little bit more, I think a little more orange. No, I can't remember. I know that there's another morph that is similar that's very bright yellow that I'll be showing you guys in a video to come, but I will again let these guys dry and come back whenever it's time to peel them off the grid and see how they cut out as stickers. Okay guys, our hypo leopard geckos just finished cutting out, so we will peel this extra paper off and see how they cut out. That one was trying to peel off the wrong way. Let's see, some of them are coming up with the paper, but I think they're still fully cut out. Yeah, they are. So here's our first one. Again, it looks like they lined up well with the cutting. So let's get those off the paper, and then we will get these guys off. Let me see how I want to do this. I might do these guys this way, since they have some smaller pieces on them. There we go. There we go. And with these guys, since I'm able to fit so many on a page at a time, I don't really need to do 2 sheets of these guys for starting off their listing like I'm doing with the other ones, because the other 2 I can only fit 4 at a time. There we go. Okay, we got all of our little hypo leopard geckos all pulled off of the grid, cut out. Again, I think that these guys look really nice. I like their colors. I think it's the kind of orangey yellow with the more slightly pink underbelly that makes me kind of prefer them over the normal, maybe just a little bit. I don't know. Both of them are still very cute, so I'm happy with both of them either way. But now that we're done with these little leopard geckos, we will move on to our final sticker of the day, which is our strawberry Pac-Man frog. So let me go ahead and get those printed out, and I'll come back to you guys when they're ready to be looked at and see how the color comes out on those. I'm thinking that the color will come out good, like the hypo leopard geckos and hognoses, but it seemed like last time with the albinos, the red kind of bleeds slightly, and since the strawberry Pac-Man frogs are more red than our other 2 stickers for this video, I'm kind of curious to see how they turn out. So let me go ahead and print them, and we'll take a look together once they're done. Our last sticker of the day has just printed out, our strawberry Pac-Man frog, and looking at it straight away, I am really happy with how these did because it doesn't look like the red on these ones bled at all. I am not sure why the red doesn't bleed on these whenever they're kind of almost fully red and they bled on the albinos, but that's something to figure out later, I guess, because right now I'm very happy with how these Pac-Man frogs came out. And I know I've said it before, I'm not a fan necessarily of the albino red eyeball, but I really like how these strawberry Pac-Man frogs look. The color looks really good on them, and actually the body came out a little bit more on the pinky, orangey, reddish kind of side, which is actually perfect. That's the color that it's supposed to be. I don't know if it was really picking up on camera whenever I was showing you guys on the laptop just exactly what color it should be or not, but it looks like all of the colors came out great on these guys. So I'm very happy and I'm very excited to see how they look as the actual sticker when they're cut out. But I will let these guys dry and come back whenever it's time to see how they look cut out as their sticker. I'm very pleased with these guys though. Okay guys, I'm back sitting on the floor because our strawberry Pac-Man frogs are done being cut out. So it's time to peel the paper and see what they look like as a sticker. And I don't really know why I've been sitting on the floor to do this the past couple of videos, but I have been. So anyway, here's our Pac-Man frog sticker. Again, I actually really like how this one turned out. I must admit, I'm not the biggest of fans of Pac-Man frogs. I know that they are one of the most popular frogs to have as a pet, but to me, they've never been super appealing. And I don't really know why that is. But this sticker of the strawberry Pac-Man frog, I really like it. I wasn't a huge fan of the albino Pac-Man frog. And I shouldn't really be a fan of this one as much as I am. But I really like it. I don't know why. Even though it has the little red eye that I say I don't particularly love about albinos, something about its coloring is speaking to me. And I think I might like its color more than the normal Pac-Man frog sticker. I don't know. I'll have to see what I think whenever we do our comparison of the normals with the new morph at the end. But there you go. There's our last sticker for today, our strawberry Pac-Man frogs. I will of course, do a second sheet for these guys to get their listing up and running. But let me go ahead and get all of our new stickers and the normal morphs set up for our kind of comparison I've decided to do at the end of doing the new morphs. So let me go ahead and get that set up, and we will look at how they differ from the normals. So here is our new morphs and what they look like compared to the normals of our hognose, leopard gecko, and Pac-Man frog. I'm very happy with how all three of them came out. And I think that you can see kind of what I was talking about earlier with the leopard gecko, how it has kind of a more pinky belly, a little bit kind of paler orange compared to the normal leopard gecko, which is a little more kind of grayishy underbelly with a bit darker orange, more spotting. Again, our hypo of our hognose is a little more kind of cream with a little more orange skewed spots. Normal is more tan and brown. Our strawberry Pac-Man frog, of course, mostly pink and red, and has the outlining around its patterning. And our normal Pac-Man frog, which is green, a little bit more of kind of a almost pale blue toned underbelly, brown spotting pattern on it. And I like how all of them look. I still don't know. I still might like, looking at the two compared to each other, I do like how the normal Pac-Man frog looks all together. And I like, of course, how the strawberry Pac-Man frog looks. Not a fan of the red eye, but I do think that its overall look in totality is very nice. I like I said earlier, the paler kind of color on this hypo. And I like its kind of clean back, but I do like the little spots on the legs and the back on the normal, and of course like the hog noses. So that is our overview of our new stickers compared with the normals. I have to take pictures and some videos to get them ready for the listing, but I will be doing that, of course, not in the video with you guys, so we will be jumping back to our outro corner now. Alright guys, time for the outro. I hope that you enjoyed seeing our 3 new stickers that we did today, our Hypo Hognose, Hypo Leopard Gecko, and our Strawberry Pac-Man Frog. I do still have more morphs that will be coming soon in the future. I'm hoping that I will get those 2 other turtle stickers done, so then we can do that in the next video. But like I said, I was a little bit busy this month and then a little sick, so we didn't end up doing that in this video, but those are still coming soon, so stay tuned for that. I guess that's going to be the end of this video. Yeah, we'll be doing more Hypo reptiles in the future. I have all of those lined up, and I have even more morphs lined up as well that, like I said, I'll be slowly trickling out in between new stuff. So that's gonna be it though for this video. If you like the video, please leave a like. If you want to continue on this journey with me of owning an Etsy shop and making stickers and bookmarks and whatever else it is that we get into, subscribe to the channel, push the bell so that you get notified whenever I do upload a new video. I will have all of my links to everything down in the description below. My TikTok, Instagram, Etsy shop, and my Etsy email will all be down there. And feel free to leave a comment on this video. Share your thoughts, share what you're doing, just say hello, whatever it is you want to do. But I will be seeing you guys in the next video whenever we make some more stickers. And that's it. Bye, YouTube!